Hello, 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 and happy. That's what I'm going to say. Happy. That's right. Daisy, what do you mean happy? Well, if it's the first thing I'm saying, then I'm going to be happy. That's what I'm saying. Happy for coffee, happy for life, happy for just the love and the blessing that, wow, I got all this energy to share and I can actually use the YouTube platform to do it. Wow, I'm happy. Okay, so thank you for joining me. If you're new to my channel, this is what we do. We hang out together for a little bit. I look at these areas of money, relationship, career, and well-being, and I throw a few cards. I say, hey, God, what's coming through? And we see what comes through. And if it relates to you and it helps you, great. And if it doesn't, well, guess what? We had a chance to hang out together. Go through the whole video. Come on. That way you get to the collective message. All right. So let's see. And you know, one thing that I do in the description, I don't know if you've noticed, I actually go ahead and do the timestamps. So if you just want to go and look at money or just love, or you could do that, or the collective, and you can share them too. You know, so it's just one. You could divide them into sections and just send the particular segment to your family or friend or someone that you know that might find a healing in these messages. Okay, so. As you noticed, I was talking and Breaking Money decided to drop out, so there you go. So now let's look at career and well-being. Let's see what we have here. All right, my chicos and chicas, this is what it is. It's a new day in the neighborhood. It's a new day in the neighborhood. All right, I know. Daisy, why are you singing? I haven't even put the coffee on. Oh well, let me sip my coffee while you think about putting yours on. Let's get started. Okay, the lovers. There's a disconnect. So this is an ouch of a day. Okay, so what I see here is a disconnect definitely in the stock market. If you are trading paper, there is going to be some fallouts. There's going to be some major news that's going to tank. It's going to tank that market, and wowsy. Without having different symbols or what have you, I could tell you it's going to be an ouch of a day. And wasn't expecting this one today. But anyway, for the collective, for all of us out here, it's important that we have what's it called, money discipline, and not get into any impulsive buying right now. And it's important is that you take a look at your long-term financial security, because it can be threatened. So I'm going to share this. I think I've shared this once in a reading that was financial a while back, but I'm getting a message here that you need to take a look and seriously find out, what do you have, and do you have your finances secured at least for 90 days. I have learned, because I used to be a mortgage broker and used to help people in foreclosure, that people don't even have, there was a time maybe 10-20 years ago where people had 6 months out. Nowadays, I could tell you 10 years ago, people didn't have 3 months of their rent or 3 months mortgage, and they were dry. Literally, all they had was 30 days. And it's I wouldn't be surprised if that's what it is now, that people can only get through 30 days, and then they're like, if I lose my job tomorrow, I don't know how I'm going to pay my bills. So please, this is coming from a higher place. I am not the one telling you this. Yes, it's my voice, and yes, there's some of my wisdom, but there is something higher that's pulling this information, and I'm sharing it with you, okay? Be careful. Prepare. Something's coming. Relationship. Okay, what's the deal? Why is there a struggle? So something's happening here because there's action that is being required in this relationship and in your love life. If you're single, you may find that the one you desire has other people that are interested in them. So, you're competing for their affection. So make sure that you're not carried away by, becoming too forceful. Sometimes, when you're aggressive in the pursuit, the other person becomes, intimidated. Instead of drawing near, it pushes them away. So if you're already in a relationship, you might find out that right now you're going through some conflicts. There's some things that you're not agreeing with this. And, could be that, something started off as an innocent conversation and it was going back and forth. And then it didn't seem that it was serious because it started actually pushing buttons. And so one of you two hit the wrong buttons. And this became into more of a sensitive topic. So it's left each other somewhat stressed out. So it's likely that these arguments may not be serious, but enough that you've touched a bone that needs to be, addressed. Because now, these things have brought into light a situation that is not so playful. So if you, don't be that person that, makes a joke out of things when you really are not joking. Keep things playful if they're playful, but be alert with that. Let's look at career. The King of Pentacles. What's up? When it comes to work, here we go. This is saying that maybe you, and if you go back to the messages a couple of days ago, please do hit that button up there and look for that particular message. It was saying about you were taking on too much, and that the message was ask for those deadlines, ask for those extensions, ask for help. Well, guess what? That rooster is calling right now, and he's saying you did not meet your project deadlines. And you know what? This is kind of a lot of pressure for you because, here you have to get these things done. And it could also indicate that, there might be a loss of a job here. Something about business, that at the worst could be that the economy is so bad that you're being forced to close your job or your business or your enterprise, and things are not looking really too good. It's interesting because remember what this message is, and these two just seem to be shouting right now at each other like, wow, the pressure for the money, and then maybe this potential job loss or having to close the doors for your business. So there's a lot of instability when it comes to work right now, as is being presented here with the King of Pentacles. You may be tired of your job, and this might be affecting the quality of your work and maybe the motivation and with what's happening in the economy, that may affect, the decision of whoever the leaders are of the organization to keep you on. So this could also mean that maybe you've got a boss or someone that you work with that is just undermining you and putting too much, pressure on you. So it's important that you ignore any negativity that might be happening if it's not your boss, and it might just be a colleague that might be trying to put that pressure because they're also afraid that maybe they might lose the job. So if it makes you look bad and they're being a little bit selfish about things and they're manipulating and dragging you down, well, guess what? They think, or she thinks, he or she may think that they're getting bonus points and that they're coveting your position because they're afraid of that they may also be on the chopping block next. So what's important is concentrate on doing your best. And, if you're looking for that promotion or a raise, maybe what you need is just continue developing your skills so that you can be a person of demand. Okay. I definitely will shuffle one here on the area. So we'll leave this on the table and we'll look at that next after we do well-being. Okay. Well, hey, do you remember the other day it said something about some news? Well, it looks like you are no longer stressed about that. It looks like you've got your medical report and the findings were pretty fair. So you've got that burden off of you. So this is good. So also something about what's important to also hear emotionally, you need to make sure that you don't make other people's problems your emergencies. Okay. So When people come in because they feel like they feel like you're a person they can trust, they feel that they can talk with you, or that in the past you've been able to help them out and they're thinking that they're going to come back here again because, you know, you are that safe haven, you need to stop that right now, because you cannot take on any more emotional debt. You know, there are vampires, there are emotional and energy vampires out there, and whatever you have right now, you need it, because there's a lot of things that are going to demand every bit of energy that you have. Okay, let's take a look at this card here. Ooh, swords upside down. Wow. So we got upside down and upside down. So let's take a look. Money conflicts. Ouch. Cutting corners. Breakthrough. Law and order. Pay cut. Defense. Being fired. Whoa. Remember what I said here? So definitely we need to be very careful that this doesn't come through. So it's pretty close, and that's what you're afraid of. But you don't feed the fear. Look at what's working and look for ways to improve yourself. Don't feed the fear. Look at the possibilities of what you can do and become a person of value, and how you can improve the situation by, you know, not cutting corners, but looking at how you can manage this thing that now you have an idea, maybe a tight crunch for the next few months. Oh, patience. Patience is this card, which says you lack patience. So it says here, now is the time to learn, study, and gather information. Enjoy being a student, because in the future you will synthesize your knowledge into action. So you have to be patient with yourself. You've got to learn about money management. You've got to learn how to become better skilled here. You know, you've got to learn how to communicate in your relationship. You've got to learn how to say no to people who are dumping on you. Well, there you go. What a way to say happy Thursday, my friend. And now this is a lot that we got to stuff in our baggage and say, what can we use here? There's got to be a nugget here that there's a lot of words of wisdom. There's no doubt about it. That's what some of you tell me when you message me. So a lot of wisdom here. So I hope and I pray that the wisdom that you need is the wisdom you can take. Peace be with you.